Hello everyone, welcome to my new video. This will be some random summer vlog and I have been feeling good lately. That's why I decided to make such a video where I will share with you some details of my life. And actually I plan to start filming this video in some more cozy location, not on the central noisy street. But anyway, I feel like I want to do it now while the caffeine works. So in this video, I will walk around Tbilisi, explore some of the street art, go to a hairdresser for the glow up, and tell you why I read newspapers only with alcohol. Let's go! The first lot I want to show you is the graffiti devoted to the Georgian footballer Kvaratskhelia. You know, Georgia got into the Europe Championship this year and it was a big event. Everybody was celebrating here. Like when Georgia beat Portugal, where Ronaldo was in the team, everyone was like, oh my god. Speaking of football, I've never been a fan of big sports. I think it is very traumatic and I don't quite understand the concept of having like a career in that. And I've never been interested in watching football in Russia, maybe because, well, it's not that well developed there, but here in Georgia I finally understood that it's interesting to watch a football match and to root for someone. It's not that I was hating Russia and now I'm rooting for Georgia because of this, but no, it's just a coincidence. I even bought a t-shirt with Georgian letters on it saying we are in the Euro Championship, something like this. I think now I understand football more. Still not a big fan, but I think it's good when it helps to promote football and sports in general, and little kids play football in their backyards and want to be like the school famous player. Check out this tree that has found its way even through the stone. What? How is it possible? Today I have had my Georgian class. We were studying verbs of movement, like I'm going inside or he is going up. And after that I went to a cafe where I usually go to edit some previous videos. I even tried to read a book for a second. One more graffiti. I like the combination of green and gray colors. Looks like Slytherin. Okay, oh, check out this graffiti. It says Sofia, and you know, graffiti, it's mostly guys who do this, so I was wondering, is it a girl who likes street art, or maybe her boyfriend painted this for her, or a girlfriend? I don't know. It's always fun to see girls' names, because you know, I myself once was a very prominent graffiti artist. Here are examples of my pieces of art, yes. My nickname was Netsy. Enough of cringe, let's check out something more professional. I really like these ones. And you know what? I don't understand it when people say that they don't like graffiti. Because, well, for me, as I said, it was my hobby, and I remember my favorite video game, Mark Echoes, getting up when I see graffiti. I don't understand when people say, oh, it spoils buildings. Okay, if it's some 300 years old historical palace, of course, it does spoil. But I think it's a residential building or a garage, it's okay. And actually I heard that in Berlin there is abundance of graffiti and that the authorities don't remove it on purpose to keep the city like hip. But probably if you are from the United States, in that case you associate graffiti with criminal districts and neighborhoods. I don't know, but for me it's just the usual thing. That's what I'm used to seeing in all cities of Russia. Oh wow, we have some Cleopatra thing going on here and also some medieval. I believe that those is the part of the zoo. Yeah, because here's the entrance to the zoo. I've never been there at all. Sometimes I like to study ads and I've been seeing this for a while. It looks like a dating agency. Are these still a thing? But yeah, here it says something like "I poved bednije reba." Find happiness. And another sticker over here says Ki Evropas, which is yes to Europe and no to the Russian law. Again, continuing the topic of the foreign agent law. Okay guys, if you don't mind, I will sit down on this very well thought bench. Okay, and another thing I wanted to tell you about that happened today is that when I was sitting in that cafe, I met a guy who I know from YouTube because he's been also making videos in English about Russia. And it's not like we are friends, but we even chatted for some work-related stuff. And I know him through YouTube. He is also from Russia. But I met him here in a random cafe in Tbilisi. We stood there, talked maybe for 5 minutes, and you know, it felt so real, like in the century of social networks. It feels so unusual to meet someone. It's not that we agreed to meet there, I just saw him and he happened to enter that cafe. And I think this is how people lived before social media. Strange. Another thing about graffiti that I like to notice is, well, the unusual placement. Again, this is not the best example because this is the building of the university and the tags themselves are not pretty, but still, you can see that the person who painted this had to stand on the windowsill and then holding these bars to paint this above. And in that video game that I mentioned, it was like an additional feature. It was cool when you paint something on like a high roof, and in that game you had to climb over some things to get to, you know, the higher floor. And that's why now I still have the eye for this. For example, when I see tags written over windows, my brain immediately starts, okay, how they did that? First, they probably climbed over this thing to that thing, then to that, and then climbed over the bars and sprayed this. Another remarkable graffiti is this lamp. This one, it says Rassex, I don't know. This, okay, whatever. And another ship, or sorry, lamp here. It's actually everywhere in Tbilisi. And I'm trying to recognize these letters. Yeah, it's Koska. I'm also used to seeing this a lot in Tbilisi. You can see it over here. And this, as far as I know, in the graffiti world is called a character, like when you paint some person. So what do you think about these graffitis? Okay, by the way, this is one rare example of Russian letter usage here. I think this inscription has been made in the Soviet times and now it's still there. So it says atelier. I don't know if it's a word in English. It's like a service that tailor clothes for you. This is another very common thing in the streets of Tbilisi. Basically, people sell old Soviet books here of Russian or Georgian writers. For example, this is a book about Kutaisi city. This is Marina Tsvetaeva, a famous Russian poet, maps of USSR. Okay, and another thing I wanted to share with you, I need a newspaper and a medical alcohol. Can you guess what this is going to be? Write your assumptions in the comments. Yes, you guessed right. I need this for manicure. So this newspaper section, and I want to draw your attention to this one. It's called Podruga, a girlfriend. It's actually only Russian language magazine. Mostly it's in Georgian, obviously. This is my favorite children crossword, and in English as well. So I've been thinking whether I should make Russian letters on my nails or Georgian. I think I will do both. Yeah, I will have this Russian magazine printed in Tbilisi and a Georgian newspaper. Okay, I finally reached my destination because as a part of this vlog I was going to get a haircut. So now I'm going to this hair salon. Yeah, this is the salon. I'm so excited to get a haircut here. Just kidding, I'm going to another one. But the ad is cool though. Okay, so I'm going to get the haircut now. This is the length of my hair. Are you ready for the glow up? And well, that's the results. I wasn't planning to have a big haircut, and as you can see, nothing almost changed. Wow, new me. But yeah, I like it, and I think that just styling plays a big role. I mean, how they blow your hair dry. That's why after visiting a hairdresser, I always like how it looks. Okay, so now I will share with you my manicure. First, I painted my nails white, but this is base for the letters that I'm going to get from these newspapers. And also I have this medical alcohol, and it's funny that when I came to the pharmacy I was holding a glass of coffee in my hands, and it was half full, and I'm standing here with this cocktail and asking for the medical alcohol. I will soak the pieces of paper in the alcohol, then put it on my nail, and after that I will cover it with this transparent polish lac. It is this magazine, See Me in a Doctor, which is like a family doctor, and mostly it is some grandma stuff. Also there are food recipes, and you know, it reminds me of my childhood a lot, because I would cut out these recipes and glue them to a copybook, creating my own cooking book, but I never got to actually practice these recipes. But yeah, here are some articles about like joint health, what herbs and vegetables are good for your health, also some psychology page, some show business news. Oh my god, guys, have you known that Tom Cruise's daughter has rejected his surname? Honestly, I don't like this font, but this is the most suitable for the Georgian letters. And now I'm going to show you this newspaper. It looks like a literature newspaper. Also, there are poems, and I will just take any of these pieces, and it's funny if I have some weird words on my nails. But anyway, it's interesting. Let's start.
2 декабря 2004 года НДС. И тут реформаторы тоже решили делать благодаря нашим спонсорам. Кстати, можно на Бусти.
So this is what I got. I cannot say that I'm content with it, because, well, somewhere the letters are damaged because of the last base. I expected that they will be seen more clearly, but anyway, the last time I did this was like 8 years ago. My goal wasn't to make perfect manicure, just wanted to try. Yep. Now it's raining, but this doesn't prevent me from filming this video, and actually I like such a weather, and I like these beautiful violet flowers on this tree, or what do you call it? But yeah, I wanted to give some updates regarding my recent video, and I wanted to thank you a lot for all the support that you gave me after this video, because it was very sensitive for me. And here there's some contradiction, because it was a very sensitive and important topic for me, and I was putting it off for months, for years, and finally I made a video about this. But at the same time, you know, for content creators it works that way, so that you post something and set your mind up to the next content, to the next video. So it was like 2 weeks ago when I posted it, but I still receive comments every day, and I read all these comments, and I already let it go. I mean, this topic, I shared it in the video thoroughly, and I'm so glad about this, but I still receive the supportive comments where people say something nice to me or share their stories, and this kind of reminds me of that video, even though now I let it go. But yeah, I once again want to thank you so much for the support. And also, there were so many diagnoses that people made for me in the comments, and well, most of them are not true for me. But you know, growing up in Eastern Europe, in Russia, particularly in the region far from Moscow, I think there is something. Like, there is something, but we laugh. And I'm ready to cope with it and fight with it. So it's okay. But anyway, this was my short vlog from my life in Tbilisi, and it is just one small portion of my life. Of course, I cannot show you all the places, all the streets, and in my next videos I will show you some more of Georgia, travel to some other cities, and even like a camping site. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Support me here on YouTube or on Patreon, like this video and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye, пока-пока. Hello, what are you doing?